Hi, everybody. My name is Daniel Finlay. I am the CEO and founder of KinCapsule. We're a storytelling platform, and we have some wonderful people in our orbit. And I'm very excited today for our meeting with one of our amazing partners. She's an entrepreneur, she's an inspiration. Welcome, Davina McLean-Randall. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well, thank you. I appreciate you having me on today.
Amazing. Well, so today, what we'd like to do is learn more about you, your business, your story. It would be lovely to hear about your journey. And so let's just kick it off right at the beginning. So tell us about yourself, Davina. Tell us about your background. How, what's your training? What did your previous life look like, and how did you come to start a caring voice for you?
Okay. Well, my background is in special education. So my name is Davina McLean-Randall. I am the owner of A Caring Voice for You and founder. And we are a nationwide support for anyone going through stress, loneliness, life transitions, grief, and everything in between. So we provide support to anyone, anywhere. So my background, of course, it started in education. I was a special education teacher, a special education administrator, and an assistant principal. A lot of people don't realize that. And then I trickled on over to receive my master's degree in counseling. I have several years of experience counseling families, individuals in crisis, and I truly believe, and I like to share, that my passion lies within helping people. That was something that I learned throughout my years within education, that I worked with the children, but I often found myself helping the parents with resources and supports in the community. So that's how I got into counseling. I love making a difference for people. So yes, that's pretty much my background as far as my educational standpoint. Throughout my years of counseling, I've counseled families in crisis, veterans, individuals, adults, college students, as well as children. And with each part of my journey, I still found it rewarding to connect with people, provide resources to them, and really truly make a difference in their lives.
Wow. I wanted to just to stop you there because that's amazing. That's an incredible journey through just being in the community and through education and then into some of the roles that you've had. And before we get right to Caring Voice for You, how do you think that the teaching empowered you to make a difference for the counseling role that you took on? Were there transferable skills that you had learned? And like you said, you went from helping and working with children to whole families. So tell us about a bit about that part of the journey.
So, a lot of people may or may not realize, but in education, there is a love for people, a love for children, a love for really spending a lot of time and dedication to making a difference for them learning and to show love and compassion to them. And I found myself really connecting with a lot of the families that I was involved with, really truly guiding them on not only their educational piece and their children's learning goals, but I found myself really helping them to connect with resources in the community. And I found that once I did that, it helped me to realize that education was great. I love the children. I love, truly making an impact within the district. But I found my passion in knowing that I was truly making a difference in the lives of family members who were maybe struggling with making ends meet and getting them connected with services, or helping them to realize that there were other resources and things available within their community that they could lean on or connect with a physician or different members in the community to gain a newfound life in things that they needed to obtain to make it in the world. Sometimes I dealt with families who were struggling financially. Sometimes I dealt with families who had some significant stressors as well as traumatic events happening in their lives. And when I would connect with them and help them in certain situations or just be a listening ear, I found that I really made a difference, and they would often thank me and come back to me later on, years down the line, and share with me how much of a difference I made in their lives. And I think that's what helped me to realize that education was great and I love what I did, but I had another passion and I had something else in my life that I really was searching for and needed to accomplish on my journey of life.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I'm reminded by the saying, "A rising tide lifts all ships or boats," and you're like that tide coming in to help people. And we do similar work, so I can absolutely understand the passion that you bring, and I can sense it. But also, when you're lifting up those who are truly in need of help, there's something incredible that happens because the impact is measurable. It sounds like you're seeing the impact that you're making, and the elation and the empowerment that you bring to these families. So it's incredible work that you do. Fascinating to hear and learn about the background. Tell us about how that transition happened from working with families and in the community and making the impact that you're making to actually opening up your own business and launching that and being kind of the captain of your own ship with a caring voice for you.
Yes, absolutely. So, my years of just being in education, I love that. It was a passion of mine. I was actually working in administration at the time. I had several years of working as a special education administrator, as well as an assistant principal. So I was working in an assistant principal role, and I found that I was burning myself out. To be honest with you, my stress level was significantly high, and I found myself homebound for quite a while. During this time of being homebound, I reconnected with myself as far as what is it that I wanted? How can I really make an impact in my life and with the people that I love? Because honestly, I reflected quite a bit being homebound and being in bed, realizing what's the most important part of my life? Who is most important in my life? And once I realized the most important people were the people that I was surrounded by, I really learned that I had to make a shift. And in addition to being homebound, I lost several members of my family within a few months of time to them passing away unexpectedly. And going through that grief during that time period really shifted my perspective as well. Not only was I at home unable to do much, but I also was going through this form of grief that I felt no one truly understood me. I had family, I had friends, I had people around me that I could talk to, but I still felt that it wasn't connected. I felt a sense of loneliness. I was feeling a sense of stress being home and not really, connecting with anyone on a regular basis. I mean, I would call and connect with family and friends, but I felt like they heard that same story before. I didn't have much to share that was different. And when you're out in the community and you're out working, often you have different things that you can share if you're connecting with people. And being homebound, I didn't have that. And then in addition to that, I was going through grief. So during that time of reflecting and going through everything I just described, I found that if I felt that way, there must be other people who were feeling that way as well. I spent time counseling people in the past, but I felt like going through this, my own type of stress, my own grief, my own life transition, I found that, I could make a difference. I should make a difference. And then that's how A Caring Voice for You was created. I thought of, making a difference by connecting with people, talking with them, truly gaining and taking hold of the passion that I knew was within me all along, but having the courage to get started and get going and create A Caring Voice for You and have it turn into a business that I created.
It's incredible. From the first day I met you and all the conversations we've had, one of the things that I thought was really different and special about you and what makes you great at your role is that sense of empathy. And empathy doesn't necessarily have to come from experiencing things on your own, challenges like that, but in your case, it was. And so I think, that's what really makes you different and what makes you able to really deeply connect with the communities and the people that you serve is that you've gone through some of these challenges yourself and you've navigated your way out of it successfully. And I think that must be a part of how you inspire and how you help your clients and the people, communities you serve. But can you just talk about how you kind of went over that a little bit, but tell me how that really makes an impact? Like, have you had maybe there's a personal like a story you could share about how you've been able to connect with some of the folks that you're working with and some of the outcomes that you're seeing with the people that you connect with?
Absolutely. I often find that just being a good listener is really what people are looking for and what they need. A lot of people have stress, and I consider their stress to be something I usually call it, and I talk to my clients about this, a balloon. You know how you have a balloon and you blow air into a balloon, and the air in the balloon is stress. And talking is one form of wellness. Connecting with someone to release that air out of the balloon is just one way to decrease your stress and find ways to relax yourself. So I find that just talking and allowing that individual to share what's on their mind, what they're going through, provide some reflective statements to let them know that everyone has something going on. No matter who you are, people are walking around and living life, but each and every person has gone through something in their life and they're no different. And just being that supportive person to know and allow them to speak and share and to be listened to. Often there may be people surrounded by family members or friends or loved ones, but are they truly listening to them? Are they truly understanding what they are going through and helping them to realize that, they're not alone in what they're going through? To share with either myself or someone else who can really truly understand what they're going through and find resources and supports for things that they may be going through that they need additional support for.
Absolutely. Couple things that you made me think of were the difference between a mere connection and a meaningful connection. And I think part of that is how you described it. It's me. I love, first of all, your balloon analogy. I think it's really smart and very accurate. You can just imagine it very easily too. And we kind of call that on our side life review. When you talk about your life and some of the, life isn't always, rainbows and lollipops. It can be very tough at times. It can be very
Right.
challenging. There's grieving, there's healing, there's processing, and then there's celebration and happiness too, and joy. But talking about things helps you to understand how challenging moments actually impact you, and it helps you process and heal from things. But part of that is being a great listener. The story listener is equally active and equally important in that relationship, right? And so asking the right questions and really being present and focused and dialed into what someone's telling you is super important. So I completely get that. Well, that's amazing stuff. Tell us about the business today. What are some of the specific services that you provide? Uh, Tell us about that, and how are things going today?
Sure. So we have a wide range of services and we connect with individuals from 18 years of age all the way up into older adults. Some of our services include compassion calls, which are regularly scheduled phone calls from trained staff to increase socialization and companionship for anyone. We also have something that I absolutely love called Friendship Connections. And Friendship Connections is a service that pairs seniors with similar interests and experiences for phone conversations. This
Oh,
particular, yes, we love this particular service because often seniors are, not all seniors, but often seniors have a difficult time really connecting with other seniors that they can talk to on a regular basis. They may have a few friends that they have reached out to and connected with, but we find that often it becomes more and more difficult to meet new people, foster new relationships, and have those friendships. So the connections is just another great way to have the ability to have conversations over the phone in the comfort of their own home or wherever they choose. And then we have health and happiness check-ins. Health and happiness check-ins is a customizable service, and we offer health and safety reminders throughout the day for caregivers or individuals who are in need. We do provide updates via text message or an email to that loved one regarding anything that they need us to check in on their loved one for. So, it's just a reminder call. And I find that the health and happiness check in is very rewarding and supportive for family members who may live far away or may not have the time to really check in on their loved one who may need reminders or just a simple phone call to see how they're doing. We also have something that I know I talked about 18-year-olds. So we have a college student wellness support as well. It's just regular phone calls and something very similar to the health and happiness. We have text messages to their parents or their loved ones with the permission of that college student, letting them know how they're doing. We also have a unique rating scale. It's a unique stress rating scale that we collaborate with the college student on. And then if with permission, we provide that to the parent or guardian or whomever requested that college student wellness support for them. Some other services that we may have is employee retention services, and that reflects just on working with small businesses to provide support to them to retain employees, allow their employees to have an opportunity to share what they're going through, in a sense, kind of vent to us, keep it confidential and private, but receive that support in return for them staying with the provider or their employee a little bit longer because they have someone to vent to. So overall, those are most of our services. You can, really see that we're doing the best that we can to really make a difference in individuals' lives, and really just trying to provide a foundation and a way to share what's going on as well as connect with others in a new way.
Love it. It's such a great list and combination of services for all walks of life, all ages and stages, and I think it's fantastic. One of my favorites is the friendship connection calls that you do, and I've seen it for myself that there's a real impact, and people love to be connected with new people. It's exciting, it's meaningful. Friendships are created, and are lasting. These are sustainable, amazing relationships that might be difficult for any person, but particularly older adults who have this feeling of being isolated or lonely. So kudos to you. It's amazing work. What's the one other? I know we have a partnership, and there's another that you have. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, actually?
Yes, absolutely. So, one of our services and one of our newest services that I absolutely love is called Tell My Life Story. So, Tell My Life Story is just a new, powerful way to share storytelling and have it recorded using the KinCapsule cloud platform. So, it's a new initiative. It's designed to help individuals document and share their unique journeys through a phone call or video support. So, what typically happens is if an individual needs support documenting or providing a recording for a story that they would like to tell, they can connect with a caring voice for you, and we can support them in this initiative. So our recording sessions utilize, again, the KinCapsule Cloud platform, and it ensures that the individual's personal history is preserved in a digital format. It's safe, it's secure, and then that individual will have access to their KinCapsule Cloud platform to share with family, friends, or whomever. But it's a great way to make sure that they are able to tell their life story.
It's amazing. We are super excited at KinCapsule with the partnership, Davina, and just we know that with you and your team connecting with folks that you're truly listening, and stories can be shared. What's the form? So you're talking with people even for the life story service that you provide. So that's a phone call. So that's an audio and or video. Or to tell us about what you're doing on your side, to how you're talking with people, how you're navigating the conversation to get the life story out of your client.
Yes. So, well, we connect with them, and once someone lets us know that they're interested in Tell My Life Story, we will set up a time with them to collaborate and find out what it is that they're looking for within this time that they will have to record their story. We'll spend time just navigating and trying to figure out how to organize it and allow them to share and to vent what it is that they want to do. Once it's organized and we receive permission from the individual on what they would like to do, we will set up a time for them to tell their life story. When they tell their life story, it can be once, it can be several times, it can be a series of storytelling time. It's up to them, and it's their own personal journey that they would like to share. So they have the ability to be in the driver's seat on this. And then we will record it, upload it for them, and provide everything they need to allow them to have their life story in their hands. We're just the recording piece to help them on their journey to make sure that they have the power in telling their life story.
Love it. So it sounds like it's a full service, and kind of 360 service from start to finish, It sounds like they can take one. There's an onboarding process, there's a setup process that's really fast and easy that you take care of for them, and they can give you short stories in a series of short stories to tell their life story, or they can have longer calls to do it too. So it sounds like it's a very flexible package and program that you have.
It is. And to be honest with you, it's really individualized for the actual individual. So, some people may want to share, like you said, longer stories or shorter ones, or they may have some artifacts or things they want to bring and show, to really discuss and share what their life story is. And I think that's the most powerful part, is to for us to, in the beginning, have that discussion and really understand and know what it is that that individual is looking for and how we can make their story come alive the way that they want it to.
Yeah, it's precious, and I love it. And again, I think that that's what really where the partnership is grounded in, is both of our passion for empowering people, making an impact on people and communities, and everyone has a story, and every story matters. And people realize, I think, through this process that a lot. We'll put it this way: a lot of people come into the process of life review and telling their story, thinking that their story is kind of average. It's not very. It doesn't stand out, and they don't think that it's very important for them to do. And once you start going through it, you unlock, a sense of meaning and purpose and real connection, and you start to process things. And so the beautiful thing about your service is that it's a meaningful connection that combats the isolation and loneliness that someone might be feeling while you're doing it. But at the end of it, you get to walk out with like this beautiful life story that you can keep forever and share with your family and friends. So it's kind of a win-win-win for everybody. And that's what I really love about all your programs, really, and all your services, but particularly the life story one as well. So it's just an amazing thing, and thank you for sharing that. How can people get in touch with you? How does someone, if someone has a friend or a family member that could really use your services, how do they get in touch with you? How do they get this process started?
Sure. There are several ways to get in contact with us. We're located on Facebook, YouTube, as well as LinkedIn. You can also give us a call at 833-829-1088. You can also visit our website at caringvoiceforyou.com. On all our social media platforms, we are listed as a caring voice for you. So that's a way for you to get in contact with us. We would love to hear from you if you are interested in receiving any of our services, or if you have any questions.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And you can also get in touch with Davina and A Caring Voice for You by coming to kincapsule.ca or .com, and you look for our partnerships. You'll find A Caring Voice for You logo. You can click there and it will take you right to their website. And so there's many ways to find you, Davina. And again, I want to thank you for being here today and sharing your story. And folks, if you're watching this, and if you yourself, or someone who is lonely or isolated, or just needs sorry, let me do that again. Folks, if you're listening to this and you yourself or someone is lonely or isolated, or needs someone to listen to them, and needs that a sense of belonging or a sense of connection, please reach out today and connect with Davina, and change your life. Thank you so much, Davina, for joining today, and we look forward to a partnership, and we look forward to connecting with you in the future.
Absolutely. Same here, Daniel. Take care.